and here comes the nighttime. Step back and here comes the nighttime. Daylight, we could hitchhike to Maine. I hope that someday I'll see without these frames. And in the daylight, I don't pick up my phone. 'Cause in the daylight, anywhere feels like home.
Take it off, take it in,
Take off all the thoughts of what we've been. Take a look, hesitate. Take a picture you could never recreate. Write a song, make a note for the lump that sits inside your throat. Change the locks, change the scene, change it all, but can't change what we've been. Take it all, take it in. Take off all the thoughts of what we've been. Take a look, hesitate. Take a picture you could never recreate. Write a song, make a note for the lump that sits inside your throat. Change the locks, change the scene, change it all, we can't change what we've been.
All right, what's up, gang? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. All right, good to see you guys. Good to have everyone on. I see everyone here is kind of rolling through. Get Aisha. Today, guys, is a day designated for take profits and tacos. We know this. It is a ritual. It's a rite of passage, truly. So let's get it. Let's make it happen. What's up, Drevis? Yo, Joe. G. I'm gonna just call you G. What's up, Brad? Evan, Samad, morning gang. How we feeling? Karen, Kevin, Mernon. What's up, Nance? Little Janko. Jane, TP Tuesday. Yes, sir. All right, cool. Guys, yeah, let's make it happen. I'm going to dive into here. So I appreciate everyone that's on with me. Every day we get to have an amazing experience every morning, tackle on these markets. So I appreciate you guys for, liking the stream, for being subscribed, for putting your people on. That always means a lot to me. And I know we got Fast Track Squad on here as well in week 3. So yeah, you guys are starting to really build things up. Hey, special shout out. We had good old Rockney, just got a nice little payout from Tradeify. So congratulations. Big payout from Tradeify, so congrats, guys. But all right, let's get into it. Let's get into the stream. I'm actually in a trade already, so I want to talk about it a little bit here. And I did take this oil order block trade here, and so I want to walk you guys through this one before I start diving into before I start diving into what I see with indices and stuff like that, any chance anyone's in this with me, actually? So here's how I looked at this. We had a couple days worth of liquidity, damn near a whole week worth of liquidity here. Retail selling and selling and selling. And we finally broke out and stayed trading above this. So I saw this zone here, this last push to the downside. This was the area of interest for me for buys. So this is kind of the zone where I felt like here's where smart money would come back in and give us at least a decent rejection, a decent reversal out of this position. So here's where I'm in right now. This whole zone, I had this marked up as kind of like a 90-something point zone. Thank you so much. And so, I wanted to see the same thing on the way up. So I haven't quite gotten that move yet. Pretty close. And I'm in this right now. We break out of this consolidation, and then I am going to start to reduce risk on this trade. So, took the position. Good to go. All right, so that's oil. I'm going to keep an eye on this. So if we start getting, a little bit higher, we'll be reducing this. Now, indices, they were just having a blast, but without us, right? They were just like, you know what? All right, we're gonna have some fun. So all my Asian session and London session traders, y'all probably had a good time. So we saw here market squeezing and then just finally breaking out during London, and we're starting to see it lose momentum. So market definitely gets to this part of structure. So let's look at this from like what's been happening, where the market can go. So where are possible targets for NASDAQ? In my opinion, I still think we work our way further down to like that 28,500 with NQ. We still have an imbalance. There's definitely open sell-offs here. Obviously, we know that there's opportunity down here as well. So I do think we can work our way lower. And now the question becomes, all right, in this structure that we're in right now, where do we have the lower highs, the lower lows? Like, where is structure really at, truly? And so this is the zone that we're in right now. Like, we're in this, from this high to this low. Like, this is the range. So we've seen a deep retracement to a 786 here with the market. And so, like, we got this good move right over here. And I didn't necessarily have an entry here. Sunday, here we have like market opening, and then here is the high from Sunday. So is there a chance you break above here? I'm not really sure, but we take out this high, we work our way lower. So this all looks really efficient, like pullback, continuation. So all of this actually looked really clean, really smooth. I didn't really see where I would want to take a position from this area. Obviously, I was also asleep. So I'm kind of curious to where we can get reversals. Now, where the market looks to me decent for sells, we just had this last push up here, right around the zone for NQ. Obviously, this is basically, I would consider this still a London high. So right around this range, I think we could sell from. But obviously, we want to take a look at what Dow Jones is doing, what we have S&P doing, how's price action over there. So that's NQ, at least for now. Meanwhile, on the way down here, the last push down that at least is significant is this move here that creates that Tokyo low. So right now, what we have seen is a shift in structure on the 5-minute, whereas everything else, the higher time frames are bearish. However, the 5-minute did flip from lower low, lower highs, lower lows, bearish structure to a bullish structure right now. So this, it would be the only move for now that I'm curious about. But yeah, I'm not in a position for sells. I didn't really see it. I would understand, like, for example, this huge move up here, maybe kind of some sort of shakeout. It's not textbook, but if someone's in a sell, I can kind of get it. But that's Dow, or that's NQ. Now let's take a look at Dow Jones. Dow has been more bullish anyways, so this is still rallying. And not only that, Dow is actually starting to break above the 1 hour high here. It did for a split second there. So Dow has been pulling back a bit more aggressively, a bit quicker, and we saw it work its way all the way down to early August price action. So we've seen the large move down to here. I also think this still has room to run. So I'm curious about sells in this area now that we've taken out these highs. I originally had a sell marked up here for Dow. However, I was asleep, so one, I didn't take it. But also, Dow was way more bullish than everything else. So this really wouldn't have been a trade anyways. Regardless, this basically mitigated. So I'm sure if you were going to take it, you probably reduce your risk. But anyways, with that being said, London right now, this actually just cleared. This move cleared the high. So when you have price action sweep a swing high, a 1 hour high, and then immediately come down, this could be a good opportunity for sells if things line up. So now the question is, right, is this qualified for a shakeout setup? And the market looks, if Dow wasn't as bullish as it is right now, you see how it's just flying up to this zone. Meanwhile, we have NQ going downwards. So the fact that these are kind of moving in opposite directions, it actually kind of entices this trade for me, because this move here takes out the 1 hour high. Then it works its way down. We move sideways. So this is definitely luring in break and retest sellers. And then NQ and Dow are not moving on the same page. They're like moving in opposite directions at the moment with price action. So, man, this happened so quickly. But I was going to say, I am willing to take at least like a half hour type of entry here. So maybe if we get a pullback again, I'd be willing to take a position around here somewhere. But now at this point, the market has came back into the imbalance. This lures in buyers and then immediately comes down. So yeah, this would have been the sell. This looked pretty enticing. And even if you're going for conservative exits or even pushing for a little bit more, this looked qualified for a 1.5 to 2.5 R type of trade. So we'll see what this looks like over here now that it's done the rejection, the bare minimum rejection over there. And I'm curious to see if NQ and Dow keep moving in the same direction or in opposite directions. See how like this already did the minimum move. While we're still seeing NQ work its way lower. I'm going to take a small risk with this one. I don't necessarily feel the need to be... I guess I was too slow. Fuck. Yo, I didn't look at the time. I would have taken the position. I didn't see New York. I was literally floating over it. Oh, man. Well, shit. I'm a noob, apparently. Well, that's what happens when you're just cheers, guys. All right, cool. So there's a trade that Just missed me. I'm gonna add that to the journal here real quick. Time to add it to the Oracle. If you know, you know. Let's see here. Son of a beesh. A little shakeout action. Took it for 2R. Sick. Good analysis. Yeah, great fucking analyst. I love it. All right, cool. So anyways, there's that. Here's a 3.75 running. All right, where did NQ end up doing, actually? All right, just pushing down. Okay, that's cool. So depending on how price action unfolds from here, I mean, we still might have a setup. We had one more push to the upside before this dropped. So maybe this is that New York open move. So yeah, maybe there's something here in the future. We'll kind of see how price settles. So some of you took it, sweet, for 2R, 3R. I just, hesitation. That hesitation killed me. I saw it back in the zone, and I was just trying to read between the lines with NQ and Dow, and I just thought too much. But all right, whatever. Excellent trade. Well done. Let's see if that push down does anything with gold or with silver. Now, silver is getting closer and closer to this big spike down here where I wanted to see buys. So that's cool. Whereas gold just took out Tokyo low, and I'm actually a little curious about this trade. So, or silver. Silver took out London lows and Tokyo lows, right? And playing into that zone. And then gold is over here. So here's where we had this big spike down, and the market's just kind of been trading into liquidity. Right here yesterday, it took this liquidity and then just kind of slowly grinded its way up. And I just wasn't sure if this mitigated or not. Because to me, the way this responded out of this zone, it was so slow. It didn't look like a smart money move. It looked like it rejected this order block and not the big smart money sell-off. So I actually think this gold trade is happening right now, because I don't think we've fully made the move on this. This has been like a 470 or a 470 point move, 47 point move, whatever. And so I don't think we've seen it yet, and I think we're actually in the middle of seeing this happen. So if gold can give me a little pullback here, I am open to buying gold here and then riding this out to take out London highs at the bare minimum. So yeah, I mean, I think something like this. This is basically what I want to see from gold. Because we've been really choppy in the range, and I think it's because we've just been rejecting the order block, playing out of these areas. So I do think this is worth taking a swing at here, because I'm uncertain on whether it's mitigated or not. Like, did we reject order block, or was this the mitigation? I'm not going to pursue this with a full risk. I am going to go a little bit more than half here. So we'll do like 3/4 risk here. Let's see. I need, what's going to give me the second contract? 222. Oh, I'd have to go actually like, do I want this risk? I'm with it. So that's going to be my setup here. Let's see if it triggers me in. Oil, I'm still kind of chopping up with over here. And then Dow's still going. Anyone still holding Dow? Maybe taking it to London lows. NQ shot up. All right, so we're definitely seeing a mix back here, right? And so, damn it. Why didn't I have an alert here? Okay, so NQ. Now here's the thing. NQ doesn't give me a strong lower low here, to be fair. NQ here, at the end of the day, NQ has been bullish trading up to this range. It took out these lows just to come right back up. Not my favorite type of price action. And then even this reaction that we're getting is already the exchange from buyers to sellers. So I didn't love this setup anyways that much. As you can see, I'm really good at marking up the charts today. Really good at that. Yeah, gotta love it. Gotta fucking love it. All right, epic. So fuck you, gold too. Want to take me into drawdown? That's fantastic. And so we'll see here, right? Basically, my thought process is that we haven't quite mitigated gold yet, so we could still get a reversal out of this area. Silver already took out, we've seen London low, so I think basically what I'm looking for here is the reversals out of this zone. I have just about like 0.8 R risk on this trade, so I'll see that one through. Obviously, you guys would have better entries if you're looking at that there. But if you're not sure about that trade, then don't really force it, right? At the end of the day, what you don't want is to trade to make up what you feel like you are owed. I remember especially my first year, but definitely even as like I was making some profits, and I always felt like, especially when you're trading live or you're trading props, when you miss out on an entry, I feel like that's worse sometimes than when you even lose, because you feel like, because it's not just like a loss, it's all the profits that could have been. And so now you want to make up for all of that too. So just be mindful, be intentional with your trading. Like, I know this indices sell could have been really, really good. But you got to zoom out, right? You got to zoom out. You got to remember, you're probably going to take hundreds of trades within the year. Just the rest of this year alone, right? We have at least 4 months left in the year, which actually sounds crazy. You'd think it'd be a lot more. But we have a ton of time left in this year. 4 months, I'm assuming the average trader probably has 100 trades left in the books. I say 50 to 100 trades. So don't trip too much on making, some epic trade right now. So NQ sell, fire. Dow sell, also fire. Gold buy, maybe going to be good. Oil buy, I'm in a lot of buys right now. Sells, buys here. Oil has been relatively choppy here. This one went below, right? Okay. So let's see what this turns out. Learn that was a trigger for me. And yeah, understand the triggers. Understand what is like the domino effect of certain behaviors. That way you have to be able to talk through it. Because trust me, I get irritated too. Like missing out on that Dow sell. Yeah, that sucked. And instantly it's like, oh, what could have been? And then NQ, just to a little cherry on top. NQ is like, all right, cool. The one time I forget to use the alerts, you guys know I use like thousands of alerts at once, and so for some reason I forgot to put an alert here, and it happened. But to be fair, I don't know if I would have executed NQ anyways because of this imbalance. I feel like I would have taken the trade a little bit higher anyways. So I wouldn't even say I missed this trade because I don't think I would have executed it right there. So I'm at peace with this one. This one I'm chill with. The structure kind of sucked anyway, so I'm not chilling. I'm not tripping. Also, I will add, we as traders do a really good job of thinking we do more than we really would. Okay? So what do I mean by that? What I mean is all of the theory in the market, you pretend like you would have been in the game. When did you wouldn't have? A lot of the times there's like a setup and it's like, oh, I would have taken. You probably wouldn't have, because if a lot of times you would have been in it, you know. If you would have, you would have. So it is what it is. Now y'all saw the Dow one. That was just diabolical work. Literally, like I had to unclick. That's all it was. I just had to unclick on that Dow sell. That was ridiculous. But okay. In the meantime, as price starts to unfold over here, let's get a little bit of awareness on where are we with the rest of the market here. You know, what are we looking for here before we start getting anything? Something interesting here was, here is Swiss franc. A lot of liquidity was building up here for quite some time before all this kind of just came crashing down. So I do see the possibility of a reversal over here. You know, we kind of have like this last push down before it all comes flying up. So maybe something I'll look at in the future. I'll have an alert here, but I won't give this too much time. 6N, we had this mitigation. We've had this NTD, for whatever reason, we've actually like been on the money with this consistently. However, every single time it's been like right off the open. So it's been basically very minimal pullbacks. So I haven't really been doing too much with it. So, you know, a little unfortunate, but it's okay. Give me a sec here. All right. Okay. And right now, I'm not really doing much else. So structure's bullish. Obviously, positioning yourself into buys that long term is going to be a better idea. But yeah, go with that. The yen, I was looking for a short here. We had this massive move up here. Giant movement, whatever you want to call this. We'll just say 70 points or so. And this has just slowly worked its way down. So basically we're looking at the mitigation already. I think that was the movement. So it does need to drop a little bit more for it to technically be fully mitigated. It'd have to like take out these lows or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's been doing its thing. Euro, super bullish. We are switching structure though. The market is bearish now on the 15 here. So we've broken below and things look a little rougher on the edges over here though. I will add that. I don't love how close these highs are. So selling here, I definitely is more vulnerable. Wouldn't be my first choice. Whereas CAD here, which if you took the CAD trade I sent you guys last week, it was deep in profits. So hopefully someone took a position here. But look at the difference in structure, right? This is significantly more bearish. You can see the higher highs, higher lows, and then here we cross into lower low territory. So looking for sells for CAD here would make a lot of sense. So I like this setup. All right, this already did its thing. And so here's another way to look at it. You know, you see the last sweep, you had kind of a double top going on over here. Takes the high, starts dropping. So I'll have this one here marked up. Could have a good trade here. We'll see. And then now this is trading down where we had this last sweep before the continuation. This is from Tuesday, August 18th. And so if we compare this to other price action, I think with all of this imbalance over here with like Euro or the other assets, I don't think buying CAD is the best trade at the moment. So I'll stay away from buys with CAD and I'll be a little bit more focused on the sell here. So this one, I'll go ahead and actually I haven't been doing this recently, so that's my bad. But let's go add this to school. Let's go over here. All right, so today's setups. And then we got, what is it, August 25th? Dude, this year is going so fast. It is absolutely flying. Okay, there's 6C. The pound. Really interesting with the pound because it's all it's doing is just chopping up, squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Hold on, here we go. So guys, Dow just swept London lows. It is on its mission. It continues to just bleed out here. Oh my God, this trade. 4.8, 5R action. Meanwhile, that puts NQ back up here. So now I do think this has traded into the mitigation zone because before I thought this was more of an order block setup. Now it got into here. You know what? What's the size of this zone? 35 points. This is... I think now this is more of a mitigation trade because we are already trading out of the order block. This structure really sucks. We're not really seeing lower lows super well here. Like we trade below and we got good, decent trading here, but we don't get lower than that. And it's been really choppy. So I'm going to take a tiny trade here, like not even half risk here. Because I want to see something. And here's why. This has been going up so slowly versus Dow just bleeding out, taking out London low. So I'm curious if the London low will reverse from here. If we'll see Dow reverse. And NQ already took out stopped out. I should have just fucking stayed out of this trade. But I wanted to see if we were going to get the reversal out of here at the same time. So London low reversing, would that cause NQ to reverse as well? Which obviously you guys saw was not the case. Gold in drawdown as well still. And then oil sitting in a little bit of profits, but nothing crazy. So, I mean, NQ... I looked at this and I thought, okay, well, with this order block rejection and then this getting into this area, we could get a reversal. Obviously, you guys saw this is a very tiny, very, very small risk trade. So I was willing to see it through. But now, all right, so is there a setup for the market? So Dow has this push here, so you can see this move, clears the lows, rallies to the upside. Here, chops up, continues. All right, structure's been bullish. London, we got Tokyo lows here as well. And I don't remember what this alert was. All right, and then you got this guy. So, the market liquidating this entire consolidation to trade into this range, this is a buy that for me would be worth taking down here. So this I'm definitely open to. So I'm going to go ahead and share these here in the school trades. Okay, MYM here and here. All right. Okay, you guys got that right there. Okay. This, I love this kind of setup where it's a massive liquidity sweep into a mitigation zone. These are relatively, these are like textbook for me. Like these are fire. So the trade would be something like this. Here we've seen a lot of support in the past. If you want to go a little bit lower, I get it. But really like anywhere from here, 53, 316 to 53, 300, 290, like that kind of range right there. And then 1 point, really like the most conservative, you're looking at like a 1.17 to 1.75. And then if you think this is going to eat this imbalance basically right back up, then obviously you start getting into the 2-3 R territory. So I'm going to split the difference here, keep it something like this. Yeah, so okay, anyways. This being a target, if this keeps going lower, then I'm assuming NQ is still pushing higher. All right, so NQ wanted to take this out, sick. Now go back down. Okay. And then S&P is following. It's really struggled. Look at this. S&P has been struggling to make decisive movement. It's been still trading above. So the 5-minute on S&P still pretty solid over here. I wonder if it at least takes out London lows and then maybe trades into this range. So yeah, I'm going to be patient. I think the best trade I see right now is this buy with Dow. That's kind of the best setup that I see at the moment. All right, let's see. All right. Any other setups you guys have in mind that you're looking at that you might like at the moment that we can check out over here? Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Bitcoin tapped 80K, so that was sick. A little 80K action over here. Got to 81 and change. So very, very, very close to breaking the high on the daily time frame over here before losing this momentum. I wonder what it's going to be, guys. Is this going to be sustainable? Are we going to continue? Is this truly the beginning of the bull run here for this cycle? Or is it all just an illusion? All right, let's see. Let's look at the markets, the stock market for the day. Intel, a little bounce. Shopify still trending above 150. So these pickups have been nice. Tesla still kind of cruising its way up here. I've been wanting a shakeout setup for Tesla. We haven't quite gotten the pullback for the continuation yet. So still, it's just kind of cruising up here. Let's see what else we got going on. Nintendo's still big, just pushing Nintendo right now. So our entries here sitting around 30% profit there. Duolingo cruising 150-ish. Okay. I remember I did share a little bit here. I guess I'll just post this now. Tuesdays are for what? Tacos. I love it. Como es una compra? Let's see. Is this what we got set up right now? No, I'm looking at the one over here. Okay, let's see. Nvidia up 2.5% on the day. No big losers or big winners really across the board. Remember, guys, there is Nvidia earnings here. So I think it was, here we go, news this week. Today, all there is CPI for AUD. So I can go take a look at AUD here in a second. But we have PCE and GDP tomorrow. That's going to be early. And then we have Nvidia earnings after close. So end of day Wednesday or beginning of Thursday should have quite a bit of action here. If I'm looking at how we're trading over here, and I wonder if we end up reversing out of this area, 200. And if NVIDIA can keep going lower, then honestly, NQ probably still keeps its bearish momentum too. So yeah, NQ decided to take me out first and then make its move. Fuck yeah, dude. We love this. This is exactly what we want. Let's see. I wouldn't have done anything different, to be fair. So that's all good. Let's see. Gold fighting for its life over here. I don't know how much I love this gold, like what my probabilities are, what I think is going to happen here. I don't think it can get that much worse, because if Dow takes this Tokyo low and gold is holding up pretty well, I think we're in the clear. Indices and metals have a relative correlation. Like, they generally move in the same direction. So when we have price like this where gold is still pushing higher, despite Dow bleeding out and Q working its way lower, when I see that, that actually gives this trade for me a lot more encouragement. Oil trade still cruising here. Anyone ever trade agriculture? You guys ever trade here? Let me just bring it up. It says a grain breakout may be taking root. These guys are hilarious. Or beans. Ever traded livestock? Anyone ever just check out the live cattle charts, the lean hogs charts, the pork cutout? The cheese cash. Yeah, you got grains, corn, soybeans, some wheat. I'm curious because a lot of we've seen so much produce. I know that doesn't have anything to do with grains, or maybe kind of, but they've been taking a massive hit. A lot of agriculture related things, you know, with like whatever being in lettuce and jalapenos and cilantro and like all these random things. So I'm curious if any of these other markets, like these agricultural grains, livestock, are being influenced. I've never really been this type of trader, but it is interesting to think about, especially if you're trading live, like your own capital. I think this is pretty sweet. A little mitigation here. These corn charts are pretty volatile. Soybeans. I feel like I'm personally funding the soybean futures market myself. All this tofu. Clean structure. Interesting. Well, anyways, I'd want to build a thesis around all that before I start just kind of diving into it here. All right, gold back at entry. Oil, it's wanting to break through. All right, let me look at this here. I track wind patterns and baseline positions off the equator. Wagyu cows. Oh, yeah, they're hilarious. All right. Good morning, bro. ¿Cómo esas compras en... Oh, Alfredo, con Dow, bro. Me gusta más abajo. Yeah, me gusta más abajo por aquí. Mi preferencia. Consumer confidence in 3 minutes. That was 2 minutes ago. Okay. All right. So oil just broke out here. Boom. There we go. All right. So what does that mean for me? That is reducing the risk over yonder. This thing's kind of glitching over here. Yo. Hey. You want to update, guy? Actually, I'm going to move it. Whoa. Yeah, to here. Okay. All right. Okay, so the initial move here, right, this is building up a lot of liquidity right over here, takes out these highs, and then immediately drops down. So I'm actually going to move my stop to here. I don't need any more risk on the table anymore, especially now that we've taken liquidity out there. If the market's going to be unsustainable up here, it's probably not going to keep pushing higher. So I'd rather just be risk-free with oil here. And then if this is going to keep pushing, sweet. If not, that's also all good. All right, gold around entry. NQ still going lower. So now NQ is kind of taking the lead on how bearish the market is. Like NQ is now just going for it, gunning for it. Dow is semi-sustainable. So if you're looking at structure, here, right, you had this sweep. The market tries to get above, struggles, just trades into the imbalance, into this last point of supply, and then rallies. I could see it. I could see a trade out of here. And then the reversal. Maybe we get a shakeout here. Or we're seeing something like this over to here, and then we get the reversal. So one or the other, I think, has potential today. Live cattle is crazy. I mean, it's true. It's real. What do you trade? Silver, gold? Nah, corn and cattle. Smoke some wheat. Yeah, oil came up and right back down. So it looks like this is intent. This is mainly was like, let me liquidate first, and then make a move here. So what I'm gonna do actually here is where's this thing? Interesting. So I would prefer, especially because structure here kind of sucked, at least for now. I'd prefer to have at least something, take something home here. So I am open to giving myself a couple points here. Maybe gold will make up for it. Okay. So gold mitigating would be this breaking above this range. So I'm actually going to have an alert basically once we start breaking out of the point of interest here. That NQ trade actually I think was a bit bigger of a loss than I thought. Oh no, it was like 150. Okay, that's not bad. For whatever reason, I thought it was a little more. Okay, we're chilling there. Too much chilling here on oil. Unfortunate. I'm just looking. I'm reading the chat here, seeing what you guys are on. All right. Okay. Who's in gold? Who's in oil? Who is maybe in something else? Anyone take an NQ short somewhere over here? Maybe you survive this. Maybe your stop was a little higher. ES almost at London low. Nice. In gold. Sweet. ES is cruising. In gold. Nice. Do you guys have better entries than me? I hope so. Oh, Drevis is going crazy. In gold, NQ, and ES. Nah, he going nutty. That boy's feeling himself. Let's go. You know what? I'm just happy that we're finally getting like semi price action that's like decent in August, because it required a lot of patience to find your spots here. So that does make me pretty happy. 46.68. Nice. You got a way better entry than I did. Sick. Hell yeah. Reduce stop. Well done. Well done. Gold. Sick. That's awesome, guys. Give me 1 second. I want to confirm something here real quick. Let's see if this actually, check something out real quick. But I have, guys, I have very good news. Let me know. Drop an F in the chat if you're trading a funded account right now, or even if it's an evaluation or if it's funded. Regardless, actually put an E if it's an eval. Put an EF if you have an eval and a funded. Put an F if you have a funded. Let me know what y'all doing right now. I'm assuming I'm gonna see a lot of E's, a lot of EFs. Let's see the chat. All right, sweet. I'm getting after this payout, working on another one. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you guys. Y'all are on it right now. That's what's up. Now, would you all be interested in a training about the payout gap? Would that be interesting? Would anyone be interested in something like that? But how do you close the gap between either getting funded, being funded, and getting paid? Anyone? Would anyone be interested in something like that? You let me know. Okay. I see that it's time. Trying to pass your first funded. Let's go, man. You got this. A training. Yeah, a little workshop for the gang. Okay, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna host that training just for you. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you a link right now, and it's free, obviously. And you guys can go ahead and register for this. It's gonna be next Wednesday. So click this link right here. Hopefully this works. It would be a shame if it didn't. It's possible. Click that link right there and then register real quick and you guys will be good to go. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. will be a training on how to close the gap between getting funded and getting paid specifically. But here's the thing. Most people want to train on just getting paid for the first time. But I will be showing you guys the timeline on multiple payouts, right? The timeline on why getting your first payout is actually a lot different than getting the rest of them. And why the first one is the hardest one of all of them. But it's not impossible. And honestly, it's mainly math. Like there's things that you can do to make your life significantly easier. And so I'm going to be going over that there. It works. Awesome. So yeah, feel free to register there, guys. It's going to be a free training. It's going to be, it's going to be more of a workshop. So go into it prepared, give yourself like an hour, 75 minutes or so. So go ahead, register for that. I'm going to be just, continuing to share in here while we do that throughout the week. Remember, so that is in 8 days. All right, guys. So that's for the training. Now, ideally, that training actually helps you, get payouts. And wouldn't it be awesome to go on a trip of a lifetime to Bali with your payouts? That would be pretty sweet. So if that's also you and you want to experience the trip of a lifetime here in May of 2027, then go ahead and join here. And then you'll have that right there. That'll keep you updated with any of the tradecations that we do, just forever. But specifically, the next one in 2027. Is the Chicago meet happening? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so on Saturday, I'll shoot you guys for everyone that confirmed in the school. So let's see, where is this thing? in-person meetups. Here, so there's some of y'all I think in here. I'll shoot you guys a message, and then and so you guys know where to go. Yeah. Now, if you are in a different city, and if you want to meet up with some traders, honestly, guys, like as long as you're not being weird, like just like this post here where Luis was right here, right? Believe it or not, like there's a pretty good community here. If you guys never seen the map, like we kind of have traders all over the world here, but there's a big pocket in, especially the U.S. Like East Coast has a good amount. Actually, strangely enough, there isn't a lot of East Coast traders in here, which is actually really weird. Newark, New Jersey area, Connecticut is popping over here. Oh, I was looking somewhere else. Yeah, New York definitely has some right over here. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of traders in your area. So shoot me a message if you want to kind of organize something. Especially I know syndicate members, you guys are, in kind of all over the US and in Europe. We got, good community in Texas for sure. All over the place, especially like Dallas, Fort Worth area, Phoenix, AZ area, Cali. So if you guys, are like, hey, it would be nice to have people around, maybe like once a month, once a quarter, then shoot me a message if you want to coordinate something and we can get things going. South Carolina, registered for both. Sweet. Yeah. Same thing in Puerto Rico. We got a squad out there. Argo, Colombia, actually pretty big. PR is like 90 of you guys from Puerto Rico. Yo, that's actually kind of crazy. Oh, 60. Here we go. 53. So, yeah, shoot me a message if you want me to, help you kind of get in touch with people in your area. Let me know. And, our goal is to host a workshop, Chicago first, and then 2027 start doing some workshops like we've done in the past. Like we were the ones who started doing trading workshops all over the country back in like 2020, like trading workshops, not like, they would tell you it's a trading workshop, but it really wasn't. But like actual ones. So, we definitely want to bring those back. We've just been focused on delivering stuff here and doing a couple other things, but we're stoked, man. We want to keep giving value, positioning you guys to be able to have success as traders. And the reason that in-person is so good is that these conversations, there's energy behind them. There's just moments, there's experience, and that sticks with you so much stronger than just here. Like it's cool, we're here, we're chopping it up. But when you're in person, the energy is just so different. So to do things like that with you guys, it's going to be awesome. So whether it's, tradecations, workshops, or you happen to be in the Chicago area, then, we're here for it. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, for now, let me just double check here. I want to make sure this went through and that you guys were able to get registered here. Yeah, okay, so it looks like you guys were able to get through it. And then I'll just double check and make sure you guys actually got an email or a text from me. Cool. Awesome, guys. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll keep you guys in the loop for when if I see another setup. I know indices. Let's see. Let's check in with these indices. NQ still kind of pushing lower. Dow starting to bounce a little bit. So after this London low, it's kind of rallying. S&P kind of meh. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. If I see something else, I'll let you guys know. I know I shared a couple ideas already here in this school community. If you're not in the school community, make sure you're going to tradingwithmike.com, and this will get you into the free community right there. Even just being able to be on the syndicate causes energy. Text will be updated. Oh, really? It was not the right text. That's sad. Is that the case? Well, guys, remember, it is September 2nd on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Oh, I know why. I see the problem, guys. I see the problem. I see it now. That's my bad. You guys got an email or a text from the previous one. So I'll send out another one, and then you guys will be good to go. But, guys, much love. Wish you all the best. Let's see if gold and oil here want to rip and absolutely send it for us. So take care, y'all. Peace out.
Counting on different ideas drifting away. Past and present, they don't matter, now the future sorted out. Watch your moving and elliptical about to think it's not what you say. What you say is way too complicated. For a minute, thought I couldn't tell how to fall out. It's 20 seconds till the last call. Going girlfriend, oh, your girlfriend's drifting away. Past time, present, 80, 55, 1901. Watch them build up a material tower, think it's not gonna stay. Anyway, think it's overrated. For a minute, thought I couldn't tell how to fall out. It's 20 seconds till the last call. Going everybody's taking what they can, but they can't decide. They do what they want to, 'cause any kind of feeling's alright. And don't be talking, maybe your mama's flying high as a kite. You're just like the next one, 'cause we'll be walking lonely tonight. Lonely tonight. strong